I can't believe it, but we might be getting the freakiest DC character of all time in a movie soon.
Supergirl, who are you wearing tonight?
Plastic Man.
Hey John, how are you?
And of course I'm talking about Plastic Man because a new actor has just came out saying he's talked to James Gunn about potentially bringing this character to the big screen. That actor is none other than Rainn Wilson, aka Dwight Schrute from The Office. He first worked with James Gunn back in 2010 on the film Super, and in a new interview he said he's hinted to James Gunn multiple times saying like, hey man, you gotta do something with Plastic Man. Now Rainn Wilson being almost 60 years old might be a little bit too old for this role, but I honestly do hope we see this character in the new DCU. It seems like the post-credit scenes in this new DC universe are gonna go more for funny moments like we saw in the Superman film than setting up like major events and teasers. So honestly, having a post-credit scene in the Supergirl movie coming out next year of her wearing the Plastic Man dress would honestly be absolutely hilarious to really capitalize on how viral this scene went. And you can't tell me that the character of Plastic Man and his style of humor doesn't seem like the absolute perfect fit for a James Gunn movie. Like him showing up in Peacemaker or something would honestly fit so naturally. Now speaking of Peacemaker, because of season 2 dropping, Margot Robbie has been asked about returning as Harley Quinn in the future of the DCU in a new interview, and she gave us some new updates. When Margot was asked about returning as Harley Quinn in the new DCU, she said that she hasn't been approached by James Gunn or anyone at DC yet. She hasn't heard anything from them, and she went on to say that she absolutely loves the character of Harley Quinn and playing her, but she always had high hopes that this role would kind of be passed on to new people giving us new versions of the character. She said, quote, I hope the character lives on long after I've played the role. I feel like I need to share Harley. Now even though I absolutely love Margot Robbie as this character, it is truly one of the most perfect comic book movie castings of all time. I feel like this new DCU needs to separate itself a bit more from the old DCEU. Like bringing Peacemaker over is honestly already kind of pushing it for me, but I understand why he did this. Harley Quinn first showed up in the 2016 Suicide Squad. I feel like that's a lot of baggage you kind of have to leave behind. Cast a new actor for Joker and actress for Harley Quinn. Margot Robbie in this interview also gave us something really interesting. She says that the Penguin was the original villain plan for the Harley Quinn Birds of Prey movie before Matt Reeves actually just stepped in and said, yeah, you can't use him. Like Matt Reeves literally just straight up said, don't use the Penguin, I'm going to use him in my thing, and then they changed the villain to the Black Mask instead, which honestly, I think Ewan McGregor was fine as that character, even though I don't really care for the movie itself. I'm personally very happy about this. By the way, drop me a follow on Twitter, but I'm sure the Penguin would have been a cool villain in the Birds of Prey movie, but Colin Farrell in the Batman and the Penguin TV series is legitimately like one of the best villain performances we've ever seen on screen. Now, speaking of the Penguin, Colin Farrell has given us an update on the Batman Part 2, saying that he doesn't have a big part in the movie, but he's reading the script this week. He went on to say, quote, I don't have many scenes, I don't believe, but I'll be there for whatever. Matt Reeves is so brilliant, I don't know what the story is yet. Kristen Milioti also said that she would be very thrilled to return as Sophia Falcone in the Batman Part 2, but we have no official confirmation. She has not said anything about if she is or isn't in the movie. I personally really hope Sophia Falcone is in the series, and I'm honestly not that surprised or disappointed that the Penguin probably doesn't have a big role in this movie. Like he didn't in the first film and still stole every scene he was in. I feel like they're just smartly, very slowly building up the Penguin over the first movie, the series, and the Batman Part 2 to then be like a super big villain in the Batman Part 3. Just the other day, Superman has officially passed $600 million worldwide at the box office. Now, obviously, this film is available to rent or buy digitally. It costs about like $30 to buy, so it's still cheaper to go out and see it in theaters actually, but I'm sure they're pulling in a ton of extra revenue from people renting it at home. But what's crazy about this is that 2025 is now the first year since 2011 that a comic book film has not reached $700 million globally at the box office, and I think this is probably one of the best years for superhero movies we've had, at least in the last like 5 years. Thunderbolts and Superman are both great movies in my opinion. I do really like the Fantastic Four first steps, even though I do have a lot of problems with the film. And Captain America Brave New World, yes, it's mid for a lot of the movie, but I think it is slightly overhated. It's not absolute garbage like a lot of people say. Like Captain America Brave New World being the weakest of this year is way better than years when we had like the Morbius and Madam Webs of the world. Now it is important to note this is skipping 2020 obviously because everything was shut down. Like 0 movies made over 700 million that year. If you like this slightly different style of news video, make sure to let me know by dropping a like on the video. And if you're looking for more DC news, leaks, and rankings, click the playlist above my head. All my DC videos are in there. Thank you so much for watching.